power.
So how would you do it? Show me like what you would do.
Step. Here I can go. Boom. And if we do it enough, like your gloves are gonna start opening up.
Right.
To the top. Boom, boom, boom. Jab. Good jab, jab. One, two. Again. One. Nah, it's just
What's that? What is actually that all about?
it's about drawing.
Daniel's about to beat me up. Let's see. He wants the smoke. He wants the smoke. You know. Sometimes in life you just gotta deliver. And here we go.
Do a little bit, just moving around nice and light.
Yeah.
Then you can get a feel of it and how shots open up. No.
Champion. Golden gloves.
That's where openings happen,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So you just see how there's like, in a perfect world, you know, things happen, but then
Well, that's so
when
funny.
you're actually fighting, it's like so
Yeah.
different. That any punch.
And like not to get too intellectual about it, but you're like you're just supposed to face my target.
When you throw your right hand, yeah.
Oh, right hand. Okay.
Because if and you want your foot, so your right foot when it twists, it should be facing dead straight at your opponent.
Oh,
My
right.
shoulders, well, my shoulders aren't really dead straight here.
Yeah.
They're a bit more.
Yeah.
Well, and but my foot is pointing dead straight. A lot of people, they'll over twist the foot.
Yeah.
You don't want that. Because that means force is being sent that direction.
Yeah.
But you don't want force going that direction. You want force going that.
Right.
And then you'll shoot. Yep. Whole body down. Drop. Drop. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're doing good. Just gotta keep building.
I'll tell you. Yeah. Very much not expecting overnight results.
That's the thing about.
All right. Done. Ski. That is. Oh, that was a good one. Last week, for session 2, I was like, fuck, I am so shit. But I've redeemed myself. I'm still very much like level 1, but getting better. Anyway, today was sick as well, because Dan actually threw some gloves on and we boxed, got some smoke. It was, I think, the only way to really see your visceral reaction. Oh, we'll go up here. Should we go right? This is it. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got it. The only way to see your visceral reaction and how you actually react to getting a punch is by being punched. There's no way to avoid it. So I was watching a really interesting video this week by Dwayne from Dry Creek Wrangler School, awesome YouTube channel. He was talking about, he's a horse trainer. I think he helps people become wranglers. And he's talking about, if you're not wanting to get hurt, that riding a horse is not for you. And it was just so interesting. Like, if you don't want to get punched in the face, boxing's probably not the right sport for you. So it's learning to accept that's part of the game. If you don't want to get hurt, play chess. But boxing, it's a contact sport. It's designed, you are trying to hurt someone is trying to hurt you. You don't like it, don't play it. I started a new program yesterday as well in the gym, which is all about learning to open up the hips, open up the body, get better at twisting. So that's going to be really interesting as well. It's funny, when you choose a goal, everything else around it starts to become clear, and you can work out what you need to do, what you don't need to do. It really sets the parameters. So if I'm going, okay, I want to get better at boxing, all of a sudden, and you adopt that as a part of your central, maybe identity, but if you adopt that as a part of your central purpose, you start thinking, okay, if I need, how would a boxer eat? How would a boxer sleep? How would a boxer train? How would a boxer dress for the gym? And outside the gym, maybe. But really, when that becomes clear, everything else can just drop away. Clarity is amazing like that. Once you get clarity, you can realize not what you need to add, but what you need to take away. But that same clarity piece can be for any area of life. If you want to be a great dad, what would a great dad do? What would a great dad not do? And you can start to set the parameters. I look at every area of my life and ask myself, am I doing the things that the definition of that thing would actually do? When I was writing my book, it was really distilled that into me that if I wanted to be a writer, the central core part of that, a writer writes. Sounds really obvious, but if you consider it for a second, no matter what you're doing, no matter what activity you're doing, you need to be doing the activity. Everything else around it is not doing the thing. And the only way to get good at something is by doing the thing. So a boxer, they box. A writer, they write. A dad, they dad. Working out what your central thing is going to be allows you to remove anything that's not that thing making everything else in the pathway very clear. End of lesson number 3. Feeling good, feeling strong, and not that it really has anything to do with that, but the most interesting thing that I was learning throughout this process, or throughout this particular lesson, was the learning of the new movements. We spent a lot of time on technique today, footwork, where my hands need to be. Dan got in there as well, started throwing some hands, throwing some fists, so it's pumped me up. I was talking to Dan today, actually. One of the most interesting things that we're going through today is if I was in the gym, now I've done the gym for 17, 18 years. If I go in the gym, ask me to do a pull-up, a pull-down, a bench press, a deadlift, it's very normal and natural for me because the movement patterns I've done them for I don't know how many deadlifts I must have done or how many bench presses I must have done, in the thousands, if not tens of thousands. Now, if I then think about learning a new skill, it's totally different. I'm not able to translate that yet because I haven't built the motor neuro patterns to know here's exactly how you throw a straight, here's exactly how you throw a jab, this is exactly how you throw a straight, here's a hook, here's where your body needs to be. All the different parts. And the most interesting thing about boxing is they've all got to work in sync. They've all got to work in orchestra. So if you're throwing, it can't just be, okay, I'm just going to throw a punch, because your feet have to be in the right spot, your hips have to be in the right spot, your chin has to be in the right spot, your fist has to release at a certain time. You've got to stay relaxed. There's so many things that you simultaneously have to think about. Now, if I take that back to the gym and think about a bench press, you need to have everything locked in tight. You need to have your feet in the right position. You need to have your shoulder blades in a certain right position. You need to have the hands on the bar. Got a session next week actually on the Gold Coast, Luca. So shout out to Luca, Level Up Fitness. Looking forward to checking out the gym, filming it all, going there, having a bit of fun, throwing a few hands, seeing what he's got, and look forward to continuing on this progression.